Hello, BookTube. I have a special manga haul today. I recently received two orders from Book People, the great bookstore in Austin, Texas. I put in these two orders shortly after I finished moving into this apartment as a treat. The first order consisted of three pre-orders. I normally pre-order forthcoming manga volumes in the series that I am actively collecting from Book People. And so Book People collected those three volumes and sent them in once the final volume in the order came in. And that order arrived today. Earlier this week, I also received a second order from Book People. I recently ordered 3 volumes of YuYu Hakusho by Yoshihiro Togashi. Unfortunately, 1/3 of the order, volume 11, is currently in the process of being reprinted, and so is on back order. And Book People will let me know when that volume is available and is going to be shipped to me. However, volumes 10 and 12 were available to be ordered and came in. So let's start with those two. So volume 10 and volume 12 of YuYu Hakusho by Yoshihiro Togashi. So YuYu Hakusho is the story of a young man named Yusuke Urameshi. Yusuke sacrificed his life saving a young boy from being run over by a car. This sacrifice was not foreseen, and so the spirit world granted Yusuke the opportunity to earn the right to come back to life by performing a number of good deeds. He accomplishes this and eventually is appointed spirit detective, basically maintaining the proper relationship between the living and the deceased and supernatural in his town. Among Yusuke's first missions is to capture 2 demon thieves, Kurama and Hiei, who eventually become Yusuke's allies and comrades alongside a longtime mortal rival of Yusuke's named Kurabara. These volumes are part of the final section of probably the greatest arc of YuYu Hakusho, the Dark Tournament, in which Yusuke and his friends are forced to participate in the Dark Tournament, a event that sees demons from the demon world brought to the human world to fight for the entertainment of the wealthy and powerful. It's a team competition, which can get a bit wonky and is decidedly corrupt. Team Urameshi goes through a lot of shit in many of these their matches. Eventually, Team Urameshi fights Team Toguro, who are the ones responsible for entering Team Urameshi into the tournament. I have so far read the first 9 volumes. I have also read the later volumes earlier in one of my earlier manga reading phases, but I am currently in the process of actively collecting YuYu Hakusho for myself, and once volume 11 comes in, I will have up to volume 12. And I have also subsequently, yesterday, ordered a few more volumes from PALS, which will be coming in shortly. So I think once that's done, I will have 2 to 3 more volumes left to complete the series. I'm really looking forward to it and rereading the volumes that I have read so many years ago. So for the pre-orders and now new releases in the manga series that I am currently collecting, first up is Demons of the Shadow Realm Volume 5 by Hiromu Arakawa. Demons of the Shadow Realm is about two twins, Yuru and his sister. I'm blanking. Unfortunately, I am blanking on the sister's name. And Demons of the Shadow Realm is a monthly series, so the releases are months separated. And it's been, I think, most of this year since I read Demons of the Shadow Realm. So I'm planning on during this week of manga to reread the entire series, including Volume 5. So it's Yuru and his twin sister Asa. So Yuru and Asa were born in a village separated from the rest of Japan. And this village has a tradition that in which twins who are born at a certain time are viewed as having a certain magical potential. Yuru managed to be raised within the village to become a hunter. Asa, on the other hand, was confined by the village until her parents escaped the village with her, leaving Yuru behind. Eventually, Asa returns to the village alongside a military force that launches an attack on the village. Yuru manages to awaken two demons, left and right, who form a pact with him, and together with a young man who serves as a go-between between the village and the outside world, they escape the village, and Yuru has to accommodate contemporary Japan. Yuru is also interested in finding out what happened to his sister. Is this woman really his sister? And what happened to their parents? And this leads to Yuru forming a shaky alliance with the family who has taken Asa in. And together they begin to work out what happened. Since this is only Volume 5, not much has been revealed, but I am loving this series so far, and I cannot wait to reread Volumes 1 through 4 and reading Volume 5. The next new release that came out this month that I pre-ordered is Four Knights of the Apocalypse, Volume 13 by Nakaba Suzuki. Four Knights of the Apocalypse is the follow-on series to and sequel series to Nakaba Suzuki's popular as Seven Deadly Sins series. So, Four Knights of the Apocalypse is about four young superhuman knights who are foretold to bring about the defeat of a corrupted King Arthur and his fake Camelot. This volume will see the Four Knights of the Apocalypse and their various teams or platoons traveling through the demon world and confronting a squadron of Camelot's holy knights who are seeking to prevent them, the Four Knights of the Apocalypse and their allies, from finding a way into the dimension in which Camelot is hidden. I am really loving Four Knights of the Apocalypse, and I am looking forward to reading this volume. Although I'm also very dreading what eventually comes at the end of this arc. Even though future events will be very, very fun. But anyway. And finally, the third new release that came out this month, and the series that I'm following is Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 23 by Gege Akutami. Jujutsu Kaisen is about a young man named Yuji Itadori, who joins his school occult club. Now, the other members of the club find a cursed object, the desiccated finger of an evil sorcerer named Ryomen Sukuna. This cursed object attracts the attention of a cursed spirit who seeks the rotten finger of Sukuna to consume and gain a portion of Sukuna's power. To fight this cursed spirit, a young Jujutsu sorcerer named Megumi engages the cursed spirit. And during the fight, Yuji eats the cursed finger of Sukuna and is granted a portion of Sukuna's power and a portion of Sukuna along with it. In fact, Sukuna can possess those who have consumed his rotten fingers. The Sukuna possessed Yuji is sort of contained by Megumi's teacher Gojo, and he is taken into Jujutsu sorcerer custody. The decision is made that Yuji should be executed. However, Gojo argues successfully that since eating one finger of Sukuna did not necessarily lead to him being completely possessed by Sukuna, that Yuji can resist this corruption, that maybe we should let him live long enough to collect the other fingers of Sukuna, of which there are 19 more. Sukuna has 4 arms. So to sort of make up the time between Yuji's present and his eventual execution, Yuji is enrolled in the Tokyo branch of the Jujutsu Academy to be trained to become a Jujutsu sorcerer. And he and his classmates, including Megumi, go on a number of adventures. This culminates in the Shibuya incident, in which a gang of rogue magic users and their allied cursed spirits launch a massive attack on the Shibuya ward of Tokyo, and ultimately much of Tokyo is destroyed in this incident, and the remaining parts of Tokyo, as well as other locations in Japan, are enveloped in a magic dome in which the people who are trapped within the dome, some of them are basically taken over by reincarnating sorcerers from centuries ago, or are developing powers themselves and are forced to participate in an event called the Culling Game. Yuji, alongside his surviving allies, are fighting against not only the being that initiated this Culling Game, an entity called Kenjaku, but also rival players who have their own agendas. I am really loving Jujutsu Kaisen. I cannot wait to get to this volume. It has been far too long since a new volume of Jujutsu Kaisen has come out. And unfortunately, Jujutsu Kaisen is coming to an end. There I think by the end of September, Jujutsu Kaisen will have its final chapter. So there are only 5 chapters left. So, yeah, that's something. So, to recap, I have Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 23, Four Nights of the Apocalypse Volume 13, Demons of the Shadow Realm Volume 5, YuYu Hakusho Volumes 12 and 10, with Volume 11 still to come. So that's my manga haul for this week. I will probably have another manga haul, this time from Powell's, sometime either late next week or early in September, and I will have another haul from Book People towards the end of September. I have 2 pre-orders currently outstanding for September, although I might also put in another order for some other manga as well. So until I see you next time, BookTube, thank you. Have a great afternoon, evening, and stay safe. And also, if you can, please let me know in the comments down below what you think about this filming setup. Does it look good? Should there be books in this bookcase here? Should there be books in this bookcase here, even though there are some? Or should I try to flip it around to where you can see part of my manga collection, which is, or one of the bookcases that they're already mostly packed with manga. So anyway, BookTube, until I see you on Monday with some new videos, thank you. Have a great evening, and again, stay safe.